Hello there, Cancer. It is time for your full moon reading. We have a full moon January 6th, Friday, in the sign of Cancer, and we're looking at what is peaking for you. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Melissa, and I do zodiac readings for the new moon and the full moon. We're looking at the full moon, which is the peak of the cycle. So any intentions that you set at the new moon or any goals that you put out there to achieve and started working on, we're going to look at whether or not those are coming through. And what's going to happen after the full moon is you're going to be releasing some stuff to make room for the next new intention. All right, so I'm using a spread that I created this morning for these full moon readings. Maybe one day I'll go through the spread and explain it. It's pretty simple though, in a separate video. So, alrighty, let's talk about Cancer signs, full moon energy. All right, 1, 2, it's literally just 5 cards. Super simple. All right, so leading up to the peak, we have the Wheel and the 2 of Cups. Let me show you these cards. This is our Wheel. Okay, and I'm gonna be very strategic. This is our 2 of Cups here. Okay, so this is about you right now. This is you time. This is the Wheel of Fortune is cycles, but also, you know, being at turning point, because wheels turn. I got that. At a turning point where you're more focusing on yourself. So this Wheel of Fortune can also be about luck. It can also be about lucky girl syndrome is the new TikTok trend that I've been made aware of. So, but anyways, so this can be about luck. This can be about things being like put into your favor. But this can also be cycles. This can also be, you know, okay, cycles, routines. She's in front of a mirror looking at herself in this card, right? Routines, cycles, routine. Okay, so what I'm really getting here is there's some type of intention that you may have, you know, put in to the universe, out to the universe, done new moon magic spells with, or whatever, that relate to your specific self-care routine. That's kind of what I'm getting here as like an intention. There could be, so I've never associated the Wheel with routines, but it does make sense because it does also indicate cycles. Anything with like a big circle on it can indicate a cycle to me. If I got a lot of big wheel type energy or, you know, imagery in a lot of the cards, I will definitely feel like it is cyclical kind of situation that is either, you know, starting to form or that you're breaking out of. Anyways, a little bit into the mind of how I read tarot, but I'm really getting like fortune favors the bold. Interesting. Okay, that's just came into my head. So if that means anything special for you, take that. That kind of was like, take that. Anyways, not in that way. But I'm really getting like self-care routine, and I'm getting maybe intentions around, you know, being kinder to yourself, being better to yourself, you know, maybe things having to do with luck even. So let's see what the full moon card is. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So I feel like we're still in like a either or state, but we still have this infinity symbol in here that would indicate something, you know, manifestation wise for me, things being reciprocated. So perhaps this intention that I'm feeling regarding a self-care routine has something to do with a realization of reciprocity. Are things that you're doing being reciprocated back to you? Are you doing things for others that are not coming back to you? And that that could be why there's a focus on self-care routine, because things haven't been reciprocal. And maybe, okay, so this is very getting a lot of like words and stuff, statements, just random blocky kind of statements. Anyways, oh, thank you. there's also two twos so far. So we've got like a pairing where we're talking about like two separate things and coming together with this kind of like the unity sense of the Two of Cups in a general sense, bringing those together. But I can't remember what the thing was that really stood out with all of those blocky statements. I'm sure it'll come back to me. But there's a hair. Anyways, so whatever you're putting out there, are you feeling the effects of it coming back to you? And what is going into that? So are you putting the effort into yourself that you wish others to put into you? Because you can't really expect somebody else to put more into you than you are willing to give to yourself. And that was kind of like the meaning behind the statement. That wasn't the wording that popped in really strong, but it was that's kind of like the sentiment behind it was, are you expecting more out of people than you're willing to do yourself, for yourself? So that's probably why I'm feeling like a self-care routine going on. After the full moon, we have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So I feel like releasing fear would be a good thing to kind of like get rid of in order to, okay, wow. False start. I'm just going to like start blurting things out. It may not make sense, but after I get it out so that it's not just in here, then I'll try and like put it together. So I'm getting like a false start, fear of new beginnings, that kind of energy. That is what needs to be released in order to make room for new stuff next cycle, right? So we've led up to the full moon, sorry. From the new moon, we set like an intention having to do with maybe creating a self-care routine, okay? Taking care of yourself. Also getting like inner child, I kind of sometimes get, because a lot of like mirror work type stuff is related to inner child work. So that could be it. So we set an intention leading up to this full moon where we're starting to realize what reciprocity looks like and what it doesn't look like. So I feel like there's maybe a little more of self-realization and the fact that, look, I'm not getting what I'm putting into this, so I'm going to give it to myself. Rather than, I believe it might have been Aries or Taurus, had a lot of I've put enough into this, I'm not getting anything out of it, cut and leave. I'm not getting that energy. I'm getting this, like, I'm just going to focus on myself and let the chips fall where they may, as far as, I'm going to get it from myself if I can't get it from out here, which should be the case anyways. You should be giving it to yourself and then giving to others, and they should also be giving to themselves so they don't have to take from you. Anyways, let's move on. So after the full moon, we got to that realization, like, we're figuring out what reciprocity really looks like and how it feels for us and how we can give it to ourselves, right? And I'm saying ourselves a lot. I keep looking down at my little thingy to remind me that we are talking to Cancer. I'm a Cancer sun, so that could be why I'm getting so much phrases. But anyways, so getting like a fear of fear of starting over. This is what we're releasing after the full moon. This is anxiety. This is nightmares. This is, this could even be headaches that you're experiencing, because we've got that kind of on the head there. And like that could be pain, because this Nine of Swords is not comfortable. This is definitely uncomfortable, which I would attribute to fear and doubt, possibly even physically manifesting in your head. I'm getting that. But then we also have this Ace of Wands, which would be a really good card. This would be a card of starting something new. This is a card of putting yourself out there in something that you are passionate, like starting your own YouTube channel, starting your own business, creating something for yourself, right? So I'm getting a strong energy of like, what is being released after this full moon, which will relate to intentions in the next cycle for the new moon. So we are releasing this fear and doubt about beginnings, about things that we don't know yet. Because when something is new, it's new because we've never done it before. And I'm saying done because this is an action card. Very inactive because of the fear. So I feel like there is a fear or a doubt related to a new beginning that that kind of clouds that, right? Or that makes it scary. So I guess that would be related to fear. So that's what I have for this full moon reading. Definitely looks like you take care of you, and that includes going forward starting to look at what those fears are being caused by, why you have doubts, why you're afraid of the unknown, what is it about new things that makes you uncomfortable. Okay. Things are uncomfortable, so that's kind of where I'm going to leave that at. So yeah, that is what I have for the full moon for you. A little more than a 10-minute tarot, but that's good. We're good. That was a good reading. So and I needed to hear that too. Always remember that the magic you seek is within you. See you next time.